Good evening, everyone. We are ready to get started here. Welcome to our 2015 spring concert. We've got a lot of music to play for you guys tonight, so we're ready to get started. We've got a lot of different things for you. We've got jazz bands, we've got concert bands, we've got percussion ensembles, and it's just going to be a great night of music. So we hope you enjoy everything we've prepared for you. We're going to start with our second jazz band here at the high school. If you were at our Jazz Fest 2 weeks ago, you got a chance to hear both of our jazz bands. We're going to do a little bit of a shortened program for each one of those bands tonight. So sit back, enjoy, and we're going to start with Hope Swings Eternal. couple extra players on this next piece we're going to play. I actually heard this 2 years ago, played by the All-State Orchestra, and this piece it starts off really nice and gentle and real. It's definitely a dance, and then it's just crazy party at the end. So I mean, if you're not tapping your foot or doing something by the end of this, you might be asleep or need medical attention. So we're going to add Will Klein on bass to this, and Wayne's going to play piano. So we're going to take a few minutes, and I have to beat 45 minutes. That's my goal. At the orchestra concert last week, Mr. Yoke took 45 minutes to do his awards. I bet we can beat that. You're hoping we can beat that, right? All right, so we're going to do a couple of different awards tonight. First thing we're going to do is our letter awards here from Mentor High School. We have 4 awards that we give out to students based on the number of points that they accumulate through the year. And our kids are involved in everything. And you know, the amount of points that they can acquire is huge in itself. And when they do get to those points and then blow past them by like 800 more, it's crazy to think about the amount of hours that they spend in the building, in the music wing, playing music and you know, honing their craft and practicing and participating and performing. Our first letter that we have, the kids have to accumulate 700 points to do this first letter. And again, these are performances, these are practices, these are other performances outside of school. A lot of stuff counts. Private lessons, Cleveland Youth Wind Symphony, all of the things that they can participate in count towards their letter. We have one student getting their first year letter today, and this is Hannah Williams. Our second year letter, this one is 1,400 points. So, you know, a lot of the kids, and Hannah's really awesome that she got her first year letter, by the way. Hannah's a senior, and she did not do marching band. And you know, the kids that do marching band, it's like point slot machine. Ding, 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 ding. They just get tons of points because they're always here. The kids that are not, they have to do an amazing amount of effort. And Hannah, in her 4 years, did pit and solo and ensemble, acquired almost 800 points, and so she got her first year letter. So that's really awesome that she was able to accomplish that. Our second year letters, like I said, 1,400 points. And again, you know, all of the different performances, think about the amount of hours that go into getting these letters. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 students receiving their second year letter. And I'm going to read them all, and then you can applaud at the end if you would, please. We have Emily Began, Rob Cherney, Mitchell Georgia Horde, and come on up, guys, when you hear your name. Taylor Haffel-Wilson, Andrew Apatsky, Veronica Elliott with 2 T's, Alyssa Langeth with 2 G's, Zoe Perrier, and Kira Wisely. Our third year letter award, and this one takes 2,150 points to get that third year letter. And we kind of start adding some points to these because, you know, after the second year letter, it's so easy to get 700 points apparently. So we keep tacking on 50 points to that. So 2,150 points, and again, these are the kids that might as well receive mail here in the music wing because they're just here all the time. Claim it on your taxes, whatever you have to do. They're here all the time. Our third year letter awards, we have 5 students receiving those. And again, if you'll hold your applause till the end, we have Colin McComb, Danielle Kramer, Alana Kropp, Sadie Kosman, and Genevieve Wadge. Our fourth year letter, and this is the one we had to obviously add when we started having freshmen here at the high school. You know, we have some kids that are I should say we're extremely close this year to getting their first year letter as freshmen. And this is the reason that we had to add this award, because they're just, again, racking up these points. Fourth year letter, you have to have 2,900 points to get this fourth year letter. We have 2 students that are going to be getting these tonight. And this is Ian Meadows and Steven Stabnicki. All right. At Mentor High School, we also have a music honor society here, and this is called the Tri-M Music Honor Society. This is kind of the equivalent of National Honor Society. It's a service organization. Obviously, music is a big part of it. The amount of service that the kids do musically gets them into the group, and then they have to do service projects to stay in it and to meet a certain number of hours in that this year. The seniors that are in Tri-M receive a pink cord for graduation, and we have a bunch of those kids who received those at the orchestra concert last week, and one student who did not. So I'm just going to read our seniors, if they will stand and be recognized. These are our Tri-M seniors this year: Andrew Brott, Justin Hellinger, and again, I'll read them all. Got to beat 45 minutes, guys. Justin Hellinger, Tatum McGeary, Frank Parker, Grant Smith, Steven Stabnicki, Genevieve Wadge, Hannah Williams, Cullen McComb, and Corbin Bentley. Those are our Tri-M seniors. All right. Our next couple of awards here, these are individual awards that are presented each year to students who go above and beyond. And you know, at this school, it's probably more difficult, and this is my opinion, but it's so difficult to hand out awards at Mentor High School, because you're looking at the finest students on stage all night that this school has to offer. And when it comes down to picking 1 or 2 or even 6 of these students, it gets really, really difficult. And you know, so we go back and we look at all of the things that they've done since they've been here, and the service that they've provided to the band, and again, just their leadership qualities, the legacy that they leave for the students that are behind them. And we have a couple of different awards tonight to award in these categories. The first one of these is the John Philip Sousa Award. The John Philip Sousa Award is a national band award. Every school is only allowed to give one of these awards, and it's basically to your top band student. It's to the kid, again, who is in everything, who is here all the time. You have to shove them out at the end of the day, and they're usually the first one with their face pressed up against the glass in the morning to be let in. This particular student, as I was saying before, when he was a freshman, he was your typical freshman. He was the typical freshman. He was even voted the typical freshman. And you know, it was kind of like, all right, man, we'll see how this turns out. You know, and fortunately for us, it turned out amazingly well. Fortunately for some school, it's going to turn out amazingly well, because he's going to make a fine music educator and a fine performer someday. In my time here, no student has ever accumulated 3,719 points. And that student is Frank Parker. and this is also a national award. Our next award is the Semper Fidelis Award, and this is actually, I'm going to step away from the mic for a second, and I'm going to introduce Staff Sergeant, I told him I was going to mess it up, Staff Sergeant Hirschberger from the United States Marine Corps.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Staff Sergeant Hirschberger with the United States Marines. I take great pleasure in being here tonight for the spring concert for Manor High School to present the Semper Fidelis Award for Musical Excellence. The United States Marine Corps is a proud and fine musical history and the most notable musical history program in the world. All right, the two most notable members of that program is John Philip Sousa and the Marine Corps Band, and also known as the President's Own, and is stationed in Washington, D.C. The President's Own has played at every presidential inauguration since Thomas Jefferson's. The Marine Corps realizes that without the band, there will be no, the Marine Corps realizes that with no Marine band without these young musicians. For this reason, the Marine Corps supports the high school band programs by awarding the Semper Fidelis Award. I am honored to present this year's Semper Fidelis Award in recognition of diligence, dedication, and musical excellence as a performing high school bandsman to Tatum McGeary. Tatum will be continuing his musical education at Penn State by majoring in chemical engineering with a minor in the bassoon. Is that right?
And Tatum, much to her chagrin, was second in points, by the way, and she had over 3,500 points. So again, when I say that these kids are always here, they are always here. Our next award is the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, and again, this is another national award. Each school is allowed to award one of these awards, and this, the Louis Armstrong Award, much like the Semper Fi Award and the John Philip Sousa Award, is named after a famous bandsman. Louis Armstrong turned out to be one of the most famous jazz trumpeters of all time. Grew up on the streets of New Orleans, never read music, started his own bands, played in his own bands, and was one of the most commercially known jazz trumpeters of his time, which for that time, 60s and 70s, that just didn't happen. So, and always very famous by his gravelly voice and sings songs like What a Wonderful World, and just an amazing trumpet player. Our recipient of the Jazz Award actually is his teacher was one of my peers in high school. And when I was in school with this particular person, I was like, man, that guy is a monster on alto saxophone. And he ended up going on to Indiana University, majoring in saxophone. Lucky for us, coming back to the area and teaching locally and teaching privately and passing on his gift to students that we have today. And when you hear this student play, he's a monster. And I mean that in the finest sense of the word. And I mean, I could tell this when he was a sophomore. I swore he had hidden fingers somewhere because he was just able to play so many notes and so fast and so well. And it was great to watch. And it's been great to watch him mature and grow as a musician. He played a solo. Unfortunately, he didn't play for us tonight, but he played a solo last week at the Jazz Festival, 2 weeks ago at the Jazz Festival. Gorgeous solo, and just, it's been a pleasure to have him in the program. Again, going to be staying local, so hopefully he'll come back and pass some of that knowledge on. But our Jazz Award recipient is Nabil Abad. cheeks all the time. Our next awards are Director's Awards, and again, you know, when you have students like ours, it's hard to narrow things down. So we are able to recognize a couple of students each year who just go above and beyond. How much more above and beyond can you go? But we have a few students receiving the Director's Award tonight. Our first recipient was actually first chair in the trumpet section in the All-State Band this year. Again, one of our go-to people. Played our solo for our marching band show this year, and it was like turning on a switch every time. You just knew that it was going to be nails every time and right on. He is going on to be a music major at the University of Akron, and again, I keep telling all our kids, you need to bring back what you got here. You need to bring that back and help out and make more of you. And I hope he does that as well. Our first Director's Award goes to Andrew Brock. Our next Director's Award, and you know, these two, I don't know what they do behind the scenes, but they're the least like trumpet players to your face, because most trumpet players who are this good and who compete this often, except for the one time when I did see this next recipient sprinting down the hall after I posted chairs, screaming, "First chair!" Since he played bass in the musical last year, that was the most animated I've ever seen him. And again, phenomenal talent. We're gonna miss all of these kids so much, and our next Director's Award goes to Steven Stabnicki. Couple more, hang in there. Our next Director's Award, and I did give out several of these. Our next Director's Award, you know, there's kids who show up every day, and there's kids who make it known that they're there every single day. They're in your face, bad or good, they're in your face. And then there's kids who show up every single day and just do their job. And they come back the next day and do their job. They never ask for anything in return. And sometimes you just, not that you don't realize it, but you just expect it. And you don't really realize how much they do until we turn these sheets in at the end of the year. And everything on the page is circled. And then there's 25 things at the bottom of the page as well. And this person fits so well into that category. And it's been, again, a pleasure to have him in the group. Very quiet, expects nothing from anybody but just to do his job and do it the best he possibly can every day. And it's been a pleasure to have him in the band, and I'm really going to miss that about him. Our next Director's Award goes to Ian Meadows. And one more Director's Award. And it's a brass theme tonight, unfortunately, for the woodwinds, sorry, and percussionists. Our last award, again, tremendous amount of time that the kids spend in this wing, and I'm gonna kind of surprisingly go off a little bit. And we had our Hall of Fame recipients here a week ago, and one of them actually popped in, and she was a 1980 graduate of Mentor High School. And I was kind of in the back of the office just doing some stuff, and I heard, I played flute here when I was in the band, and I'm now a professional flautist down in Florida. And I was like, brr, my ears kind of perked up a little bit, and I walked out, introduced myself to her, and we started talking a little bit. And she started telling me how the best times, and this is for everybody. This is for all of you guys, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, award winners, everybody. She started telling me how her best times at Mentor High School were spent in the music wing. All she could remember was hanging out in the music wing. And think about how many of you can relate to that right now. Whether it was a good rehearsal, a bad rehearsal, a rainy football game, a sunny, hot, 90-degree football game, whether Mr. Stahlheim was marching them into the pond at band camp. Remember that, Mr. Yule? Yeah. Whether they were marching into the pond at band camp, her favorite times that she could remember were spent here at Mentor High School. And again, the kids that are here are awesome kids, and we love having them, and we want them to be down here, and we want them to enjoy that. And this next person who's going to be getting this director's award is another one of those people. He was kind of my right-hand man, student-wise, in marching band this year, and I always knew I could count on him when something needed to be done. I still can count on him when things need to be done. And I hope that he never loses that quality about him. And I also hope that he changes his major at some point and decides to go into music education, because I think he would be a wonderful music educator, and he's an awesome trumpet player like you got to hear on Dan's Own. And I'm gonna miss him a lot, and I appreciate him, and this is Grant Smith.
I was told I have 21 more minutes. So, oh, I love you too, Chloe. You guys are the best. In case you don't know, I'm Terry Meadows. I'm the president of Music Mentors. And it is now my privilege to kind of set the stage for our Music Mentors scholarships. We were fortunate enough at our fall banquet raffle to raise enough money to give out 8 $500 scholarships to 8 graduating seniors. So, the scholarships are based upon 2 things. Of course, as you've heard, the incredible amount of points you get by all these activities that you do, as well as they had to write an essay, okay? So a lot of work goes on behind the scenes for this endeavor to happen. So at this time, I'm going to introduce the 2 most amazing people who made this happen, our scholarship chair, Barb Perusek, and our first vice president, Susie Oslin, to continue with the scholarships.
Okay, as Terry said, on behalf of Music Mentors, we are proud to award 8 $500 scholarships. And when your name is called, if you guys can come up or come forward, the first scholarship goes to the top music major, and this is awarded to Frank Parker. Then our second scholarship goes to the top non-music major, and this award goes to Tatum McGarry. Okay, and then the remainder 6 are in no particular order. The next one is going to Nabil Abad. All right, and the next award recipient is Andrew Brott. is Carolina Kane. The next one is Ian Meadows. The next one is Jacob Pollock. And then our final scholarship winner this year is Grant Smith.
And last tonight, I'd like to recognize all of our seniors that are going to be graduating this year. I know, I'm working on it, man. 45 minutes, believe me, it's been in my brain since last Thursday, okay? As you can see with all of the awards that we've done so far, the scholarships and all that, again, a hugely talented senior class we are losing this year. And I can't tell you, again, the amount of hours that they've spent here. You see it with the points that they've got. You see it with the products that are on stage here. And I just wish them all the best when they step out of this door in a couple weeks here. And I hope they, again, come back and give back to what they've gotten here. And the world's in for an amazing day when all of these guys do what it is they set their minds to. So I'm so proud of all of them. And I'm going to miss them. I really am going to miss them. So I'd like to just read down the list of our seniors. Guys, if you're on stage here, just stand up. If you're down in the front, come up on stage. And please hold your applause to the end, and then you can go crazy-ish. All right. So, and again, I'm just going to read down the list. Please hold your applause. Nabil Abad, Lexi Arcelanian, Bailey Beach, Corbin Bentley, Richard Biddle, Andrew Brott, Kimberly Brown, Karina Ellerby, Phil Evans, Alexa Fees, Ethan Geary, Justin Hellinger, Sean Harrington. You're not holding your applause. Follow directions. Sean Harrington, Lauren Howley, Carolina Kane, Bradley Karlobeck, Tyler Kobus, Marcus Coates, Lonnie Kroc, Alyssa Langen, Mitch Lehman, Bailey McGill, Cullen McComb, Tatum McGeary, Ian Meadows, Morgan Nelson, Megan Nerchi, Leah Olbrock, Elliot Pike, Frank Parker, Lindsay Paravich, Jenna Peasy, Jacob Pollock, Carrie Price, Troy Prunty, Paul Radikevich, Kelsey Schmatter, Celia Shawhan, Jonathan Simmons, Grant Smith, Stephen Stabnicki, Alex Swope, Bridget Trimble, Genevieve Wadge, Katie Walston, Tyler Wyatt, Hannah Williams, Cody Winter, and Kira Wisely. Your 2015
we're getting there. We are in the home stretch. So one of the things, Music Mentors, we could not do anything that you see here tonight without the support of all of their families and the parents, especially the members of Music Mentors. You guys are amazing. Countless hours behind the scenes. You've seen them on here changing the chairs in between bands. And I just wanted to give you all a huge thank you of appreciation for all you've done all year for your kids. Thank you. On that note, we do have 3 of our chairpersons who will be departing. They've completed their terms. And again, countless hours, and I can't thank them enough for all that they do. So when you hear your name, would you please come up and just receive a small token of thanks for us. For hospitality chairperson, Tracy McGeary. Our spiritware chairperson, Linda Wallace. And our uniform extraordinaire, Patty Smith. As they're making their way up, can I remind you what is the best way to celebrate a great year of music? Mr. Shelton knows. Dairy Queen! So how many of you guys went already? Till 10 p.m. If we hurry, you can go over afterwards and celebrate. Just tell them you support Music Mentors and go have some ice cream. We'll get some proceeds. Thank you, guys.
So we do have one more piece that we're going to perform for you tonight. Again, I do want to thank you. I especially want to thank you because I know that this is a long concert, but these guys played a lot for you tonight. There was a lot going on this stage. It's been a fantastic year here. And again, I said it 1,000 times when I was giving the awards out. I feel so fortunate to be a part of this program and to be a part of this school. The lady again that came back and was talking about her best times at Mentor High School being in the music wing. Mine were there too, and I'm so fortunate to say that they still are. Every day that I come to school, my best times are down in the music wing, making music with these kids. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of the school year. Have a great summer. Marching band starts June 3rd.